ADCB presents Top Guns in association with Audi and Tumbe Group. If the sound of galloping hooves excites you, if you consider the movement of a steed most graceful, if the imaginary Pegasus sets your wings a-flutter, then today's Top Gun and his horses will surely inspire you. Top Guns is all about high achievers. Achievement comes in many forms. For some people, it's fortune. For some, it's fame. For some, it's power. For others, it's a combination of all the three. But there are very few people who believe their achievement is pure passion. One such person is Satish Seemar.
Satish came to me from Cal Poly as an extern. He's born and raised in India and then came away from there and went to school here in California and then came to me and became one of the outstanding producers of yearlings in the thoroughbred industry and was noticed by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. And Satish was taken to Dubai to run a training stable there, and so he did.
Morning, Anish.
Good morning, Satish. Welcome to the show. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you, thank you.
Early morning?
Not too early. It's actually kind of late morning for us now.
Yeah. You're used to this kind of timings, huh?
4:30 is our starting time.
Wow,
Yeah.
early morning. But tell me now, passion for horses, because you were so passionate about them. When did it all start for you? How long back was that?
I was fortunate enough to start riding horses at quite an early age. So
So how old were you when you rode your first horse?
probably 5. The first time I sat was on my grandfather's horse. And it started from there. And since then, I don't think I've kind of thought of anything else. Then I came into school. Fortunately, in school, we had horses to ride. And then from school to college, I became the member of the President State Polo Club and did a little bit of polo and riding. There were beautiful grounds to ride, so never actually stopped. And I started going to the library. I started calling my friends who were overseas, Europe or US, and I started saying, okay, what are the colleges available for me to go and study equine science? And even the horse people who were my friends, they said, why do you need to go do that? But I said, no, I have a different plan. I'm not going to just go and work with the horses and, start my profession. I applied in Europe. In fact, I was rejected twice, which I'm very lucky I was rejected because you know how the life works out.
You always think it's for the best in retrospect.
Yeah, and that is the philosophy of my life, that whatever happens to me, it happens for the best for myself. So whether it's negative or positive.
So Satish, how did Dubai happen for you then?
Dubai was, of course, never in my mind. And no, in that time, when I was asked to come to Dubai, nobody would have thought Dubai would be a racing destination or a professional would go to Dubai. But
what year was this, by the way, when you were thinking
this was
of Dubai?
Between 1990 to 91, this is all happening.
So 1990, you were considering Dubai, Satish. So how did that come about?
I met His Highness in Lexington, Kentucky in a very premier sale, the July sales in those days. And that July sales is the sale for yearling horses where the top racehorse owners in the world, they gather for the auction. Meeting him was one of my special memories and always will be, because for us in the horse business, he is the Bill Gates. he's a larger-than-life person when you kind of get to know him. But of course, that time I was quite nervous when I had a brief chat with him. And within a week, I was approached by his office.
Well, in that chat, what happened? What did he tell you about
He just asked me, because I was working for the sales company, the horse sales company, which is one of the top in the world. He said, your horses are a little bit different. They're more calmer. And I explained to him, I said, Your Highness, this is our program, and I do it totally under my supervision. And that was the biggest compliment I could get, and my respect for him as a horseman, because not many people notice that. They just come, they look, and they go for the auction and all that. But his observation was one of my experiences, which I never knew that I would be working for him for now 21 years this January. And so that was very, very impactful in my mind, and will always be. He said, whenever you have a bit of time off, we'd like you to travel there first and see. So the travel for me wasn't just straight from US to Dubai. It was through all his operations in Europe. And of course, it's any horseman's dream to see his operations. And then finally, I came to Dubai. But in those days, Dubai was literally a village. Here I go to the camel yard. There's about 30, 40 people. They're all dressed same. And I said, now this is going to be very embarrassing for me. How am I going to see who is Sheikh Mohammed? And he just comes out and he shakes hands with me. And those 15 minutes we talked is exactly what has happened. He predicted those 20 years ahead in those 15 minutes, which till this day, I cannot believe it. I remember we walked, we sat down in the sand dune. He had a little stick, and he says, he just kept, scribbling on the sand. And in those 15 minutes, what he said is exactly happened and is happening. And that's unbelievable for me. I can never get over it. You going?
Satish originally came to Flag Is Up Farms to work as an intern with my husband, Monty Roberts. He was a good horseman, but he wanted to learn a lot more. It was important to him to be the best, and he was. Monty has never had an intern that he's worked with that was any more talented, and has taken that talent to heights that no one else has.
If you take the financial aspect of it, they're very expensive. This whole organization, financially, it's very high up there. Our instructions from His Highness was everything should be done in a perfect way, and we did.